Welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. Today I want to highlight a significant group of albums that are turning 50 years old in 2025. Although some might be quick to scoff at their age, rest assured all of these albums still pack a punch. We should refrain from dismissing them as being long in the tooth because you'll find that these valuable relics actually dealt with many of the same issues that we currently face. One at a time, I'll provide you with a summary of each album and an interesting fact at the end for good measure. Let's begin. First album, Red Octopus by Jefferson Starship. Release date June 13, 1975. What I like about the album cover is how you get precisely what you expect. No surprises, just complete transparency. The album length clocks in at approximately 42 minutes and 1 second. It musters up 10 total tracks. I consider the best song to be Sweeter Than Honey. My favorite line is, "Now all the unfinished dreams on the unmade beds are ungathered blackberries in my head." Jefferson Airplane chose Wally Heider Studios in San Francisco, California as the recording site. The lineup assembled Marty Balin, Grace Slick, Paul Kantner, and Craig Chiquito on vocals, Craig Chiquito on lead guitar, Paul Kantner on rhythm guitar, Pete Sears and David Freiberg on bass, John Barbata on drums, Papa John Creech on violin, Irv Cox on saxophone, and Grace Slick and Pete Sears on keyboards. Total sales eclipsed 2 million copies in the US. An interesting fact that goes along with this album is that the title came about as a result of a nickname assigned to Paul Kantner's vehicle, which was a 1950 Buick Roadmaster. Next album, Prisoner in Disguise by Linda Ronstadt. Release date September 15, 1975. What I like about the album cover is how bland the background appears. It matches the overwhelmingly desolate theme perfectly. The album length tops out at 35 minutes and 57 seconds. It cobbles together 11 total tracks. I would argue that the best song is Many Rivers to Cross. My favorite line is, "It's such a drag to be on your own." Recording sessions were held at the Sound Factory, located in Los Angeles, California. The lineup convened Linda Ronstadt, Andrew Gold and Kenny Edwards on vocals, Andrew Gold on electric guitar, Peter Asher on acoustic guitar, Kenny Edwards on bass, Russell Kunkel on drums, and Andrew Gold on piano and tambourine. Total sales zoomed past 1 million copies in the US. An interesting fact that accompanies this album is country musician Trisha Yearwood admitted that Prisoner in Disguise has served as a huge inspiration for her own career. Last album, Northern Lights, Southern Cross by the band. Easily the most creative name I've ever heard. Release date November 1st, 1975. What I like about the album cover is how the roaring fire at the bottom evokes pleasant memories of sitting around a toasty bonfire on a crisp fall evening surrounded by a tight-knit group of friends. The album length hangs around for 47 minutes and 16 seconds. Initially packaged with 8 total tracks and expanded to 10 later on down the line. From my unique perspective, the best song is, "It Makes No Difference." My favorite line is, "The shadow never seems to fade away." Recording sessions got conducted at Shangri-La Studios in Zuma Beach, California. The lineup huddled up Rick Danko on vocals, Robbie Robertson and Lee Von Helm on guitars, Rick Danko on bass, Richard Manuel and Lee Von Helm on drums, Garth Hudson, Richard Manuel, and Robbie Robertson on keyboards, Garth Hudson on saxophone, piccolo, and accordion, and Rick Danko on violin and harmonica. Unfortunately, in terms of sales, it went neither gold nor platinum. Their reluctance to be confined to merely one genre could explain lackluster sales to a certain extent. An interesting fact that applies to this record is that it's the band's only album where Robbie Robertson's presence is acknowledged on every single song. Well, that's it. What's your favorite album that originated in 1975? Let me know in the comments. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Till then, rock on.